Hi, this is Todd Baker, and if you've received this email or are watching this video, it's because someone who cares about you thought it was important that we connect and get to know each other. I'm a certified mortgage planner with Service First Mortgage, and I'll go into that in a little more detail in a moment. But what I wanted to do is first tell you a little bit about myself. I live in Prosper. My office is in Plano. We moved here to Prosper from Los Angeles about 5 years ago. And, I got here as quick as we could. We absolutely love Texas. I love Prosper and feel blessed to be here in North Texas. I've been in both legal services and financial services for over 25 years, so I have a broad background of experience. I've owned and operated companies that I've built on my own, and this is my passion. It's been my passion now for almost a decade because I get to help people individually, and what I'm going to take you through a process today is to show you a way that will change your life forever, well beyond the normal way most folks think of when they buy a home. So also want to talk to you a little bit about my company. The name of the company is Service First Mortgage, and Service First Mortgage is literally a world-class organization. I know the president of my company. I know my compliance officers. I know all my underwriters. My branch managers are fantastic. Our processors are fantastic. And the bottom line is we genuinely care about our relationships, and we care about you. So it's going to be a completely different experience than you're going to get from most other bankers. The other thing is we sell direct to Fannie Mae and Ginnie Mae. So for conventional loans, which are also known as Fannie Mae loans, VA loans, USDA, FHA, we don't have any extra red tape. And our culture is that we want to do loans for you. And so it's just a great experience. It's a great company. You'll be happy that you chose us at Service First. So talking to you a little bit about certified mortgage planning and what it means. The approach that a traditional loan officer takes is to give you a rate and a payment, and that's about it. And so most consumers have several misconceptions. I'm going to clear those up for a moment, but I want to start by asking you a question. Here it is. How would you feel if you no longer had rent or a house payment? Think about how you feel when I said that. I know how it makes me feel every time I ask that question. I think about it myself. It makes me feel great. Well, here's the thing. Here's why homeownership is so important. The United States of America is one of the only countries on earth that has property rights to the level that we have here. And it's a blessing because here's the thing. We all of us are going to have to pay for shelter unless we're living in an institution, at home with mom and dad still, or on the streets, which is a very small percentage of our population. We're going to pay for shelter. Since we have the ability to buy real estate in this country, we can take money that we have to spend anyways and simply change it from spending it over here to spending it over there on real estate, and we'll actually be buying an asset. And by paying off that asset early, which I'm going to teach you guys how to do, it'll change your life forever. So I've made some notes. I'm going to go as I go through this introductory email because I don't want to miss out on anything that I had thought about. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is mortgage interest rates, how they work, and describe those a little bit to you. So what I did is in this email down below, there is a link that you can click on, and it'll give you a detailed analysis of the mortgage-backed securities market. And, it's a snapshot of today's date. But here's how mortgage rates work. They're not set by the Federal Reserve like most people think. Mortgage rates are also called mortgage-backed securities. They're mortgage bonds, and they trade every day on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So rates can go up and down depending on market news. When I made this video, May of 2013, rates had been at their lowest point in the history of the United States. They were in the low threes. Now coming into August 2013, rates have been on the rise. And we're seeing them in the mid to high fours, starting to peak in the low fives in several cases, depending on the program and the down payment, the credit score, and all that. But at the end of the day, rates are bonds that trade daily, so they go up and down. The other thing is that rate does not control, or is not the holy grail, or the most important component of your mortgage transaction. So when you're shopping for a mortgage, if someone that you know tells you to compare rates, the first thing you have to do is ask them, do they own a house themselves? And if the person giving you advice does not own a house, I would not listen to that person at all, just as a practical matter. If they do, the next question, do they own their house outright? And if they don't, then they're well-meaning, friends. My point is friends, family, well-meaning folks who just try to tell you how to do it. It might be a dad that's real conservative and thinks you should only go to a credit union and thinks that the lowest rate's the most important thing. Here's the problem with that. I'm going to demonstrate this down below. Mortgage rates are only one component. You have down payment, mortgage rates, and you have closing costs. And then you have the time frame you're looking at. All that has to be taken into consideration and then amortized over 5 to 10 years or longer to determine the true cost. So what I've discovered is when most people are asking about rates, what you're really saying is, I'd like to get the lowest cost. And that's our goal, is to give you the true lowest cost. Now, wanted to also talk to you briefly about closing costs. There's always a lot of confusion about closing costs, and most bankers don't give you all of the closing costs. So I've attached to this video, or this email, I should say, down below a link. And in that link, if you click it, you can watch what's called a screenshot video. And it's short, but it's a very detailed analysis of every element of closing costs that you'll bump into in the marketplace. You'll understand them, what they are, who pays them, when you pay them, and ways to offset them. And then finally, what I did is I included a link to an example of a mortgage plan. And this is what I'll do for you. I will build you a custom personalized mortgage plan that will show you some options to choose from that will guarantee that you get the lowest cost mortgage, the highest tax deductions, and then I'm going to show you how to pay off your house years ahead of schedule. And that example is in a video down below as well. And I want you to click on these are reports and videos. This is probably takes about 20 minutes between you watch this and look at the other ones. But from the start of this till the end of this introduction, you will be highly informed, empowered, and ready to go. What this is going to do for you is by going through this process with me, I'm going to help remove all ambiguity as to how the process works. I'm going to take away some of the mysteries. I'm going to dispel some of the myths. I'm going to put you in a position to move forward with confidence so that when we connect you back to your agent or the person that refers you to me, that you're going to be able to go find the right house, make an offer, and know exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it. We'll go deeper. We're going to look into debt-to-income ratios. What's the right amount to have so that you don't overbuy? But let's also make sure we don't underbuy. Let's not buy a house because we're afraid only to need a bigger house 2 years from now. All of these things we can figure out together, and we can do it both mathematically and from a point of view of what feels right for you. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction. Thank you so much for allowing me to reach out to you today. You have a great day, and what you're going to get from me is you're going to get another email. On this email, you're going to click on a link. It gives you the instructions, but you're going to click on a link. It takes you to my online website. It's a secured site, so you can fill out the initial loan application. I can do the credit analysis and actually start building you a mortgage plan. This is very powerful. It'll change your life and is the right way to do it. So thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.